Hey everybody, just a little opportunity here for us to touch base with you and share with you some upcoming things that you may want to get plugged in with Fellowship of Christian Athletes here in Southeast Georgia. The key most reason for this video is to talk about our upcoming missions trip. This will be our first ever missions trip through Southeast Georgia FCA. It's going to be during spring break, and no, the spring break won't be the same for all of you, but for the majority of you, it's going to be the week of April 7 through the 11th, which is a Monday through Friday. We are still trying to work out the airfare side of it. The trip's cost is going to estimate around $1,500 per person. We're going to break those payments up so that you'll be able to not have to worry about paying one check of $1,500. However, if you're able to do that, then obviously that's okay too. We want you to understand that this is a missions trip. It's going to be a sports-based missions trip. We're going to Eleuthera, Bahamas, which if you look at the Bahamas on the map, Nassau is kind of up at the top, just south of Florida. Miami, come down. You got Cuba over there, and then you got the Bahamas. We're not going to Nassau. Nassau is kind of like the Vegas of the Bahamas. We will be going to Eleuthera, which if you look at the chain of the islands, it kind of comes down, it has a little elbow in it and then turns. Eleuthera is in that elbow. If you've heard of Spanish Wells, Bahamas, Eleuthera is just south of Spanish Wells. They're kind of sister islands. I have a friend that's been ministering there for over a decade now. He has acquired property that was donated to him through some churches who got on board with the ministry idea that he has for that country. And he has developed a summer camp known as Camp Bahamas, which is also the name of the ministry. We will be going there during spring break because that's when the students are in school that are native to the island. There are a lot of refugee children from Haiti. There's also a lot of orphaned Bahamian children. And then just the grade, the living level that they have, their economic situation is very poor. It's almost third world-ish. And so we want to be able to go and carry the gospel to these kids, to these children, be able to share with them through athletics. Richard Aubrey is the founder of Camp Bahamas, and he has developed the only athletic fields in the Bahamas south of Nassau. And if you're not familiar with the islands, they're all made of rock. So for him to be able to put a field in, it required a lot of heavy machinery, some explosives, a lot of topsoil being brought in, and nothing in the Bahamas is cheap. So we want to go and be able to minister to these children. Several ways we'll be doing that. The first one obviously is going to be through athletics. If you throw a ball on the ground, you're going to have a lot of Bahamian kids come out to play. The schools will allow us to do assemblies. It's not like America where you have to have special permission to go onto a campus. They are very open to the gospel and would love for people to come and share the gospel with the students during the school day. They'll actually shut down the school and have all the children come out into an assembly area where we can share the gospel with them, and we'll train each one of you how to do that. We'll each have some different ways that we share the gospel, and it'll be a lot of fun and it'll be life-changing. Another thing that we'll be doing is going into churches in the evenings. Some of you will actually get an opportunity to preach with an interpreter. The main language of the islands is Creole, which is a mix of French and I have no idea, but the combination makes Creole, which is an interesting language. You'll have to hear it to know what I'm talking about. And then in the evenings, after we're done doing ministry, sports ministry during the day, we'll be sharing the gospel in the evenings. We'll also be doing street evangelism during the day. And again, we'll train each of you for all of these things. And then the evenings, when we get back to camp, we'll be doing our own personal Bible study as a group on spiritual warfare. If we're going to take the gospel into other countries and take Jesus to places where there is a lot of demonic oppression, then we need to be prepared for that. And so we want to do some training in that area. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I hope that those of you who are excited as well will contact us and let us know that you want to get on board. You will be seeing some flyers and some posters coming out starting next week, which is September the something, and it's going to be awesome, which is September the 30th will be Monday, and so you'll have an opportunity to get a hold of some information there on campus, and we're going to set up a meeting time. We'll probably meet here in Valdosta. That time and location for the meeting will probably happen on a Sunday afternoon because most of you get out of church between 12:30 and 1 and you have your lunch. And then if you have evening services on Sunday, they typically don't start until around 5, 5:30 or 6. So we're going to try and meet around 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and we'll have the date and the meeting place again of that for you in that flyer that goes around. But I just wanted to get the word out to you as quick as I could. We need to find out how many students from within our 7-county area, which includes Lowndes County, Brooks County, Cook County, Berrien County, Lanier, Eccles, and Clinch. We want to find out how many of you are interested in going. We're gonna cap off the space at 50 people. So obviously there's a lot more than that in our area. There's over 10,000 students and over 800 coaches. So we want to make sure that we are making this available to you, get it out to you as quick as possible, and then we can start getting together and discussing payment plans and a little bit more details. We will have a meeting for students and parents of students so that everybody's on the same sheet of music, and you'll be able to do as much Q&A as you would like. Going out of the country is a very fun, very exciting, very great thing to do, to share the gospel. But it's also something that we need to take seriously, and so we want to make sure that parents as well as students are on board and understand what this trip entails so that there's the least amount of caution possible. This will be maybe about the 9th or 10th group of students I've carried on a missions trip over the years, and I've got to tell you, it's probably one of the most life-changing experiences one could ever have. And so again, Danny Broyles, Southeast Georgia Area Director, excited to let you know that we have a missions trip coming up, spring break of next year, April, what did I tell you the dates were? April 7th through the 11th, Monday through Friday, at Eleuthera, Bahamas, Camp Bahamas. God bless.